monthly wrap-up. Today we'll give you a quick summary of what has happened in Garden City during the month of October. I'm Sarah Beltran.
And I'm Juan Maldonado. We hope you'll enjoy today's live broadcast of a wrap-up of a very eventful October. Are you ready? The weekly wrap-up starts now. Let's begin today's live broadcast with a sky-high story from our own Zach Carlin. Garden City hosted the event Fly Kansas, where the public had the opportunity to be educated in certain areas of flight. The event was a big success and sparked interest in aviation. Zach, take it away.
On September 29th, Garden City Regional Airport hosted an air tour that has been touring around the state's smaller airports. The Kansas Department of Transportation's Air Department helped put on this and start the tour. The air tour had been all over the state before landing here in Garden City. Low visibility and poor flying conditions limited the number of planes that could fly to the air tour. Here is Ralph Shields, a Cessna 150 pilot, with more about the air tour.
Today, the air tour started in Wellington yesterday. Went to Pratt. Pratt is the site of a World War II B-29 base. And then they went to Dodge City yesterday, and then they went to Liberal. And they're not coming here right now because the weather's not too good. Because a lot of the planes on the air tour are old. I mean, they're in the maybe 30s, 40s, early 50s, and they don't have the instruments for instrument flying. So you don't fly them when the weather's like this.
Many local schools came to learn about the airplanes. The air tour attracted people of all ages. Many traveled from all over the United States to come and learn about aviation. Salma Hernandez is from California, and she came with her family to learn about and see the airplanes.
Hey, Santa Ana. Hey, Orange County. Coming back, my friends. Very soon. I enjoy it very much here in Garden.
Elementary schools from Garden City and other surrounding towns of the area came to the airport for the air tour. Along with it, there were tours of the Air Traffic Control Tower. Dennis O'Connor talks about the reason for having an air tour.
The reason behind the air tour is to introduce students as well as the community that might be interested to the fact that aviation is for everyone. There is an important role that the airport plays in any community. And for student interest, there are a lot of facets to aviation that make it of interest in a number of different ways related to the courses that they're studying, be it in math and science, technology, all of those areas, be it in other areas of interest. Today's weather is a good example. We haven't been able to get all of our participating volunteer pilots here today because not all of them can fly in poor weather conditions. So meteorology plays a big part. Meteorologists aren't the only people that show up on TV. They do a lot of other jobs, including those that support aviation. So we're trying to show the big picture of how aviation is for everybody in different ways, from student level right up to community benefit.
The air tour was even around in the 30s and 40s. Now Dennis is going to talk about how this affects the area and what it brings to the people.
In terms of, let's say, as an example, if this was to be a regular annual event at the airport's in a good position to be able to show what it does for its community. If we come in to help with something like that as a special event from time to time, it does the same thing, but it keeps people engaged and reminded about the importance that airports play in the local economy.
The air tour is an annual event in Kansas and it has traveled many places all over the state, educating people and entertaining many. That's all from Garden City Regional Airport, and from EBS TV, I'm Zach Carlin.
Wow, a story like like that really makes me want to hop in an airplane and go fly away. Thanks, Zach. Garden City High School has seen some very positive changes this school year. One change has been our new head principal, Steve Nordby. Leslie Borgon gives us an insight on what it has been like for Nordby in his first year.
I think Mr. Nordby is doing a great job this year. It couldn't have been easy to step into that position, and it seems he's done so with ease. Already he's working to improve school spirit, build school culture. He's promoting innovative thinking and has put a focus on service. So I think we're headed in the right direction. This coming school year, I would expect to see students and teachers working together to improve student success, student achievement. Overall, I would hope to see students growing and developing the skills they need as they progress through the next few years here at the high school. And for our freshmen, I hope that they get the credits they need so they can become sophomore.
I think he's doing a great job. He's always focused on student success. This year he's really trying to push for more school spirit, which I think is really important at Garden City High School. In years past, we've kind of declined in the morale of students and that sense of excitement at being at Garden City High School, and I think Mr. Nordby is doing an excellent job of providing some leadership in that direction. Hopefully the students will get that energy from Mr. Nordby and the administrative staff as well as the teachers to hopefully make it a good and exciting and fun year. Well, the School of Public Services Academy, we really focus on things like law, governance. We have education as a key factor in our academy. This year we're really lucky to have the Supreme Court visiting in October. And so that really is a big focus of public service. It coincides with what we do here, so I think that'll be exciting, and I think that'll spur some of our students to go into a career that helps our community in the future in that respect.
I was asked how Mr. Nordby is doing this year. First of all, I have known the Nordby family for a very long time, so I'm already pretty biased. I worked with Christy Nordby for, I want to say, about 5 years, collaboratively planning and working together on a daily basis. I had both Shay Nordby and Reagan Nordby in my 6th grade classroom. So I am pretty fond of the Nordbys. Now, back to Steve. Mr. Nordby is amazing, and he is doing a great job. And I am really happy with his involvement with Student Council, and he's helping me with that. He's really got us notified and doing really brief meetings, and we do a lot with the technology in OneNote, knowing what the agenda is for the day, and lots of communication and emails back and forth, plus our regular meetings. I'm looking forward to working really hard on the things that I'm working for with K-State. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the dances go, especially homecoming dance, if we end up having the homecoming dance. And just, I love my job, so I enjoy it every day.
Differences between being a principal, an associate principal in an academy, and the head principal at Garden City High School. Well, there are a couple of obvious differences first. One is just the scope of things, concentrating on 2,200 students instead of just 300 or 400 or 500 students. Another big difference is the number of teachers that we're working with instead of just an academy inside the whole building. But the major difference that I have now is, that I'm seeing now, is the difference in discipline. I don't handle student discipline here. I let the associate principals kind of handle that because they know the students, and so that's one large difference that I've noticed. Another large difference that I've noticed is that I haven't gotten into classrooms probably as much as I'd like to, but I will be getting into classrooms. I'm just starting to feel it out now, because that's one of the best things about being just a school employee, whether it's a teacher or principal or whatever. It's, you get to go into classrooms and be around kids and have fun and be able to talk about different things in the hallway later, or watch students as they grow from freshman through senior year and then beyond. That's one of the best things about the job, is the relationships. I think that's why everybody gets involved in a school. With how we are using the iPads especially, I want to take it a little further to do a lot more, well, innovative, challenging things with those devices. But one of my big things that I want to work on is service in the community. I think you can become a leader first by being a servant, by making sure that the folks that you want to lead and the folks that that you can lead and you can serve are taken care of. And so I think Garden City High School, we do great things in the community. There's a lot of community service going on, but I think we can always do more. And so this year I really want to enhance that, grow that community service.
Thanks, Leslie. The month of October also saw homecoming week at GCHS. Many students participated in the daily themes and ramped up school spirit. Ariel Miller gives us a special report.
Homecoming week has come and gone, with fun-themed days and a pep assembly revealing the nominees. Homecoming is one of the most favorite weeks of the semester.
During Spirit Week, Buffalo Broadcasting took it to the halls to ask the public what sort of Spirit Day would they create.
Something 80s themed.
Everyone LARPs. Or, I don't know if I said that right. Everyone dresses up like knights.
It'd be snack day. Because people can bring snacks and show their favorite foods to everyone.
Beach day.
80s dance. It'll just be funny to see how many people can actually get that.
Like maybe supermodel day, where everyone dresses like supermodels.
Then the students were asked how they would react if they won homecoming queen or king.
Probably being really shocked because that's very improbable or unprobable.
I'd be happy.
No reaction.
No. I wouldn't go to homecoming. I'd just be like, oh, that's cool. But I still wouldn't go.
Okay. I'm Ariel Miller, BBS TV.
Thanks, Ariel. With the start of each school year, there has always been a new freshman class coming into GCHS, but it can also be challenging adjusting to everyday school life. Zeke Carrera gives us an inside scoop from the Freshman Academy.
Freshman students are hoping to have a great start at Garden City High School. They have over 650 students. Garden City is getting a bunch of students. Our community just keeps expanding. Garden City High School sports programs are expanding as well. Drew Tone, a freshman history teacher, talks about how he feels about this class being so big and if it affects him in any way.
I like that the freshman class is so large. It means that our community is growing. Garden City as a whole is growing, the population's growing, our school's growing, so I really enjoying a large freshman class. The bigger freshman classes, they are a bit of a challenge because they're so large. For me, it doesn't make much of a difference whether I have 28 kids or 36 kids. For some other teachers, it's probably more challenging for science teachers and art teachers that do more projects in laboratories and stuff, but for me, it doesn't matter really how big the class is.
I really did not know it was that big until someone told me about it. But other than that, it's no different than the last year's class or the 3 classes before that. But I think it's good. More is better. It's better to work with a smaller class for sure. But as far as communicating, there's still methods to get what you want to the kids to get at a lesson the same. It's just you got to maybe repeat it a little more often, mention it a little more often. But other than that, it's about the same. I think most teachers would say that they would prefer smaller classes. I think anytime you have bigger classes, it is harder to to teach, to manage. But I prefer smaller classes most definitely.
This freshman class I've had so far, it's over 600, well over 600, but they're a good bunch of kids. I haven't had any trouble at all. I've got 30 seats in my classroom. I can't have any more, so it doesn't really affect me. Hallways are busy, but they're a good class. A little bit, especially where I got a technology class. Students are all over the place with their skills on technology, so a lot of my classes I have a para, smaller classes, especially on the computer lab, because it's easier for me to work one-on-one with students.
I like it being big because there's more people to hang with. Smaller.
I think that the freshman class being so large that we can have more athletes or even more people in more clubs. I would prefer our big class because, 2019 is probably the best class coming out of the high school so far, and we are going to have a lot of good athletes, and then we're going to have a lot of smart students.
Thanks, Zeke. Halloween time brings much excitement into the community. Every year, Lee Richardson Zoo hosts Boo at the Zoo, a fun event for kids and adults to enjoy the Halloween spirit. Jasmine Vallejo attended the event to give us the story. Jasmine?
Lee Richardson Zoo had their annual Boo at the Zoo event. This event was on October 17 around 4 to 7 p.m. Boo at the Zoo allowed everyone to get in their costumes for some fun activities. Tim White discussed why children and adults love this event.
I think children and adults love the Boo at the Zoo because it's a really neat experience to get everybody together, especially when it's a really beautiful day like today. And you get to learn all the different businesses in the community and, see a lot of people that you know and don't know, and a lot of different fun activities and cool costumes. So that's why I think children and adults love coming to the Boo at the Zoo.
Sergeant Steve Martinez believes this community is doing a good job hosting this event.
I don't think they really probably need to add anything. If you could see, it's always well attended. So I believe they're doing a good job, and they just need to keep doing what they're doing. So, yeah, I really don't have any suggestions to people to have more fun, because I think they're doing a good job already, and just it just seems to continue to grow. So I think it's a good deal.
Alicia Hossman thinks that everyone should come and support the zoo for this event.
Yeah, I think people should be more active in this event. It supports the community, it supports the zoo, which is free for everyone. So I think it's good to get out and really support the zoo.
There were 2 tickets to enter. One was events, which cost $5 and had to be brought before the event. The second was general admission, which cost about $10. The money would go to provide a new exhibit for the monkeys. From BBS TV, I'm Jasmine Jimenez.
Thanks, Jasmine. Garden City High School hosted the annual Safe Night this October. At Safe Night, children and adults both had the opportunity to learn more about being safe on the road and behind the wheel. The Garden City Police Department was more than happy to give presentations and simulations throughout the night. Our own Danielle Miller gives us more on the story.
Seatbelt? Check. Mirrors? Check. Driver's license? Check. That's right, the Garden City Police Department, along with the Kansas Highway Patrol, are coming together to conduct a Safe Night, October 15th, 5 to 8 p.m. in the Garden City High School Commons area. Complete activities such as driving the impaired go-kart, riding a trike with drunk goggles, going through a smokehouse, playing Kahoot, and more. Each activity completed enters your name in to win prizes like gift cards, movie tickets, sports equipment, etc.
Safe Night is a night where the police department presents issues that involve driving and or operating machinery under the influence. You get to wear drunk goggles, which are really fun. I mean, it's as a demonstration. And I think you ride a tricycle with drunk goggles. And you do a lot of things, like there's like crash dummies and things like that, and it just shows the issues involved with unsafe driving. So it's about being safe on Safe Night. It's just a really good understanding. It helps you increase your understanding of how dangerous it really is to be under the influence. And it's just good information. It's a good thing for kids who are driving, and with the understanding that a teenager has only been driving for a few years probably. It's a very good thing.
Safe Night's been going on for quite a few years. Last year was the first year it moved up to high school. It used to be held at Kenneth Henderson Middle School. I helped out last year, and then this year will actually be my first year running it. Safe Night is an acronym for Seatbelts Are for Everyone. It's a program put together by the Kansas Traffic Safety Resource Office to educate about everything from texting and driving to DUI to minors consuming alcohol to wearing your seatbelt. Safe Night's being held as a chance for kids to have fun activities to complete while learning about safe driving procedures and a chance to win some cool door prizes. We've got a texting and driving simulator that's on the computer. We've got a Jeopardy game, some quizzes. We've got the seatbelt convincer. We've got the fire department's smokehouse that you can crawl through. EMS is doing a drug overdose station, just a lot of different stations.
Here's Maria Altor, part of the Department of Public Safety, telling us about Safe Night.
It's a night where we host booths and games and to help kids out, understand the seriousness of driving intoxicated under the influence. Well, I know they have the go-kart outside, which I'm not sure if you're gonna put like drone goggles on or if there's gonna be like drone goggles around here. There's that activity over there where you have to run right and like guide yourself. There's ours where we have a Jeopardy game where we're gonna ask you questions and whoever presses the button first, gets the point. And we have some candy here. There's some for all the booths explaining, statistics, facts, and stuff about, driving intoxicated. So where should your hands be located on the wheel? Ow! Ow! I'm gonna do the 4 pins.
From BBS TV, I'm Danielle Miller.
There's a wall there.
Well, I think that it's great that we're teaching this generation how to be safe and how to stay away from drugs and alcohol.
I couldn't agree with you more. In today's society, a lot of that's going around. So thanks for that, Danielle. And that'll conclude the monthly wrap-up for the month of October. Thank you for joining us today as we have given you the biggest headlines from the community. For BBS TV Cable Channel 21, I'm Juan Maldonado.
And I'm Sarah Beltran. For everyone here at Buffalo Broadcasting, we say goodbye and have a great day.